Hey guys, welcome back to the Hardcore Ironman series. In this episode I've decided I want to take on Chambers of Xeric until we have ourselves an arcane prayer scroll. This will allow us to take revenge on the thing that almost claimed my hardcore status, due to my own incompetence, the corrupted gauntlet. Now I know this isn't an absolutely necessary upgrade, but for simplicity's sake I have decided that I would prefer to start the CG grind with one than without it. There is a catch though. I have had some, let's say, not great luck with CG in the past, so once I hit 400 KC I will be stopping the grind for a while and settle with becoming the Captain Crystal Bow. Let's hope it doesn't come to that, and also let's get into it. Well, this is my current setup. It might evolve over time as I come to learn what I have that's pretty good. I'm not sure if we want to be bringing a pair of D boots over the mix hide, but I think I'm fine with this right now, so let's just get going into it and see if we have any success in some solo chambers. It's been a while, so I might have a few mistakes early on, but that's okay. While this is an ideal layout, once we get into the Chambers of Xeric update, I personally will start running exclusively full layout Chambers of Xerics. As I personally can't stand scouting, I would much rather to send the run immediately, and this allows me to do so. Also, there's a Brucey bonus of each run allowing us to get a 6% unique chance, so we go from the usual 1 in roughly 27 for a solo purple to a 1 in roughly 17. Closer than I would have liked, but we did make it through the raid without dying. Well, wish me the best of luck. Okay, first KC back. Unfortunately, it's a white light. 40-minute run. Duration down like at least 3 minutes. I'll take that. Let's get going again. One thing that we have been tracking the entire time during our account is our points. We currently have 2.7 million points, so roughly we should have 3 purples. Unfortunately, if we look at our log right now, we only have the one, which is the Dex prayer scroll, so hopefully RNG will turn around soon and start giving us some decent loot. Obviously there are a ton of great drops here, but we don't really want to stick around to get them all as of right now. Outside of the obvious T-bow drop, we'd love to net ourselves a Dragon Hunter crossbow, as if we can snag that we'd have a far easier time getting Dragon Slayer 2 done down the line. Second KC, new PB, 16-minute Olm, that's a lot of gems. I think one of the things that is missing a lot in at least my range setup is the fact that I don't really have good prayer bonus pieces. I do remember that we do have 2 Huey Coal hides, so we can probably make ourselves some chaps if it's the same amount as normal. I am considering going back to Huey just for the hides exclusively, and obviously it's going to be a decent amount of supplies if we do stick there for a long time. And I don't think we really care about the mixed hide top. This is honestly, we probably have room for an additional switch to bring a fire torso nowadays as well. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I'd have to do some DPS calcs. I got perfect Olm. Really? No. I felt like I did awful there. That's good. Let's see what we get. I'll take that. Smithing and Rhorrn's. That's grand. But let's just have a look at what we actually need to do for this now. It's just the speed times and perfect Olm trio. And whatever this is, putting it on the line. Complete. Oh, we can do that. That's just doing a large raid. And then all we have to do is the KC and speedruns. That's pretty cool, no? For clarity, in order to get the perfect Olm combat achievement, we have to take 0 damage from any of the special attacks that Olm can throw out at us. Something I certainly do have trouble with sometimes. One of the great things about the Mystic Room, other than being able to use a salve amulet, is the fact that we are able to goad them into wanting to melee us by walking close to them. This will stop them from wanting to cast their magic attacks as often. This would break if we started attacking them from more than 1 tile away, but luckily we can quarter trap them while we are standing on the north-south tile, which means after the brutal setup where Mike Tyson can come out to play, we can kill the mystics with minimal supply usage. Well, that one was a bit sketchy, but we managed to make it. We ran out of staminas, irrits, and T-planks. I did have my doubts about the Scorching Bow being able to kill Olm at least the head from earlier runs, but this, I'm getting more and more confident in it as the runs go on. It's not anywhere near as good as a crystal bow or bowfer, but it's getting the job done. It will definitely suffice until we get a dragon hunter crossbow. And unfortunately, 117, 7 KC back, still no purple. I think the dark relics that we're going to be getting from this grind, we should definitely be putting them onto Herblore, as we're going to get 12,450 XP each time, because we do want to start making those super combat potions soon and push towards the divines, the extended anti-venoms and stuff like that, super anti-fires, you know how it is. Herblore XP is a luxury. Okay, 10 solos. Unfortunately, while we did get a PB, no purple. We're now at 3 million points. Elite Clue's kind of nice. I'm probably going to switch it up for a little bit, doing 35, well, let's be more honest, like 40-minute average runs for Chambers. Does take its toll a little bit, so I'm going to go to Perilous Moons, and I'm going to try to get myself the full Blood Moon outfit, as we are going to go and get ourselves the Huey hides by soloing the boss, most likely. If I can get a small team, I will try. But I would like to get 3 more highs to be able to make the Dragon Hide body. I might as well go and make... I don't know why I haven't done this already. I think I was just saving them just in case I didn't want to go back. But I think we can make our chaps immediately, because we have 2. So let's go and do that real quick. I don't know why, but it's come to my attention that I don't know where to tan these hides, so I'm going to have to look it up on the wiki. Oh, you don't tan them, that's why. You just craft them. Silly me. Okay, we do have to eat ourselves a pie because it is 87. Where is it? Armor. 87 to make the chaps, 88 to make the body. So let's do that real quick, and we'll save the other half of the pie for when we do manage to get ourselves the body. But there's the first piece of Huey Kotal hide, which is a +2 prayer bonus for a range setup. Not too shabby. I'm not sure if I prefer the look. I do like the black D hide, but maybe it'll grow on me. We just did some high alching after opening the clues. I've just sorted out the bank a little bit more again. We managed to get 2.3 million GP out of that. There's still some stuff in here. I should probably sort out the pickaxes at some point. But that takes us above a 10 million cash stack to 11.2 million. We finally have a green cash stack on the account. I'm not really sure what I'm intending on spending this on at this point, but obviously we'll just wait and see if anything comes up. For now, I think it's time to go and start our Perilous Moons grind like I said I was going to do. So let's get on with it. Okay, I found a use for our money that we have right now. I'm going to buy myself a crystal halberd for this grind, as I am looking at improving our setup, of course. I don't think we need to bring the zombie axe, but I'm definitely going to buy the crystal halberd, as it's going to be useful for a long period of time. So that'll be a very nice item to have for Tob and stuff like that. So let's start this grind off with the first chest, and I'll see you whenever I get an item or a decent milestone. We're starting off at 114 KC on the first, so 113. Let's do it. Holy moly, that was a big XP drop. No wonder the crystal halberd is so good here. Oh, we seem to have had a casualty over here. That's not good. You know what? I respect him. Honor his death. Get buried. I'm gonna mention this because I am here. These 2 tiles are always safe, so whenever I have cracked open my weapon, I'll always come and stand here. It's probably a well-known thing, but maybe someone doesn't know. I know I didn't until someone told me in Twitch chat at some point. Is this the guy that died? Anyone know who Only Brad is? Maybe it's a YouTube series or something, but that's a very interesting weapon choice for sure. 120 KC. So a lot of war orbs for that one. A lot per XP. Kind of the ideal chest for us. Good night, sweet prince. Let's grab his bones. Rip Brad. 130 KC coming in. Not great. I've been at this for 2 hours now. I've done like 17 chests. Not too particularly efficiently, but pretty steadily. I'm going to take a little bit of a break now. I'll flash on the screen the loot so far, because I'm quite happy with the 445 war orbs we've gained. We'll be back to continue. For you, it'll be in the next clip. For me, I'm going to dawdle for like 30 minutes while I... Perilous Moons is good. It is quite repetitive, as are a lot of things in the game, but that's just the nature of RuneScape. 140 KC is the first piece of the Blood Moon gear that we're looking for. We now need to get ourselves the Tacits, I do believe. We'll put that in the bank. Let me just double check real quick. And there we are. It'll be so incredibly funny if we don't get any Eclipse piece. But now we just need the last Blood Moon. Hopefully we can be done here before 200 KC. That'll make me happy. If not, we'll just repin all the supplies. Doing the chest 150. Decent stuff, decent stuff. 88 attack, 115 combat. Not getting too much XP an hour here. We're currently getting about 33k in attack and 23k XP in strength. So it always adds up, so it's fine. I doubt we'll see another attack level, but we might see a hit points level by the end of this because we have gained 89k XP and we are currently only 114k away. We don't need one item, but you know, you could always go dry. Not like that's common for me though. I'm just thinking about this while I'm going around the Eclipse Moon. If we are going to be going for these minute upgrades for different things, we should probably also endeavor to get ourselves a Fury, because we are rocking the glory we got in episode 2 of the account. So I think we were looking for reasons to spend our cash stack. I think buying some Chaos Runes and splashing out on being able to make that is going to be really nice. I do have enough amethyst in the bank to get us to 86 crafting, so I think we should endeavor to do that. I think once I hit 50 KC in this current trip, we're at 38 right now. Unless we get the Blood Moon piece, I'll move over to be doing that. Okay, this is the last chest of the trip. This will be chest 50. I think it's 163 KC. Unfortunately, not another item, so we will have to come back once we have made our Fury. We're probably going to do a few chambers in between to freshen things up a little bit, but here's the loot that we got from the 50 KC on the screen. And now I'm going to go get 86 crafting real quick, and I'll see you then. Another good use for our GP is going to be repairing our broken gear. It's not that bad when it's barrows, but let me tell you, that Moon's gear is very expensive. And then we have our 86 crafting. We now make the Rancor, the Huey Van Bracers, and the Coif if we want to, but we'll probably not get around to doing that. Let's go buy ourselves an Onyx real quick. Oh, and to note, the 28,000 Amethyst Arrowheads we've just made, that is 380,000 Fleshing XP for the future. It's made a quite big dent in our cash stack, but we do have the 50,000, sorry, we do have the 29,000 Chaos Runes. So let's just sell them all. Okay. We do have some in the bank, so I probably didn't have to do that many, but it's okay. Is it this one that sells it? Yeah. There is our Onyx. We eat this bad boy, made the amulet unstrung, string it, enchant it, and we finally have our Fury. Okay, we're starting at 120 KC. We're probably going to go for 10 straight solos. Hopefully we can get a purple in that time. Okay, first KC, white light. 2, Herblore and crafting XP. Deference is good. 2 sets of herbs. Okay, that was the first of our last 5 solos for this session. It's a new day. It was slightly scuffed on. We accidentally didn't take down the melee hand. I mean, to be fair, the whip just wasn't hitting it, even with a D Warhammer spec, but fortunately, we still got through Deathless. It is the day of the run update. We did manage to do the entire Ulm run with only 1 stamina though. Oh, sorry. 4 doses of stamina, 1 entire potion, which is pretty good. We might consider taking less staminas in the future, but for now, I'm just going to keep it as a safety because we aren't that tight. Stuff like this where the Mutadile gets caught on the corner and saved me multiple times. This happens because of the southwest tile trying to line up to the meat tree. It doesn't have enough room to go around, so it gets stuck on the side. There's level 98 HP. 1 level off of our first skill cape. No surprises, it's going to be hit points. First run back, Rhorrn Weeds and Rune Arrows. Oh my goodness, it is actually a purple. I don't even know what it is. 132 KC. I've missed a click on the chest. I've already got that, man. No! I'm so sad. That actually stings. But it means the floodgates are open. That's what it means. Right? Start a stack of toilet papers. You know, we can put our toilet papers in a different tab. There we go. That's the dupe loot. You know what else can go in there? Synapse. Stuff that we're not going to sell, but we'll keep a hold on to. This is probably not... You're not on the level, I'm sorry. I've put you in as a mistake. This stuff, though, it's cool. And then we have 97 mining. I decided to mine some amethyst real quick. I'm going to go do these clues now. These clues we're probably going to save up 100 caskets at a time whenever we want to open them. At least for the easy and medium tiers. But for now we have a few caskets, but we are back up to almost 1600 amethyst, which we'll probably be saving these for dart tips in the future. So now I'm actually going to go to Perilous Moons and start that grind. I accidentally opened one of the easy caskets. It was terrible. Okay, we're going to be starting at 164 KC. Unfortunately, my tracker has restarted. We're going to be starting off with our loot looking like this. We're going to go into at least 200 KC. We're hoping to get, obviously, the Blood Moon outfit piece before then. And every roughly 10 will obviously show the loot if we don't get a unique or something like that. So let's get into it. On chest 166, we've got a second set of Blood Moon Tacits. Not any real use for them, but puts value in the bank for sure. 170 KC. One thing that we should be noting during this opening is that we have actually 80 free prayer banks right now. And it would be nice to be able to hit the 85 requirement for the Elite Desert Diary. So hopefully we do get quite a bit of prayer while we are on this grind. I've decided I want to check how well we can do in an hour-long period. So I am going to set up a 1 hour timer and just see how many kills we can get with this gear in that time. We're missing a good bit in there. I'm just going to wait a little bit. And let's... Obviously, you'll probably be able to track from the time at the bottom. Let's get into it. You know the first thing that happened when I walked into this room was the sphere spawned. It's going to happen. You have to take these into account, alright? It's not going to be perfect. Every time. Every time. 190 KC during our little session. Well, we're coming up to almost exactly 1 hour. We're about to go open our our last chest. Chest number 193. It is a decent takeaway that the leniency on the Moneymaker guide for the wiki. We didn't get a unique during it because we don't have the best setup at all. We're missing a few combat levels. These aren't really that necessary, but we definitely don't have like a great stab weapon. We do have a good spec weapon. We have a great slash weapon. We have a good crush weapon. So don't get me wrong, it's a great crush weapon actually. It's a very good setup. We're just missing that Eclipse killer because we aren't bringing a big switch for the whack-a-mole phase regardless. I should probably start bringing my Darrow's Great Axe. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the amount of XP per hour you're expected to get in, like, let's say, Herblore and Prayer. So that you, if you ever decide you want to do this on your account, even if it's just for the XP, what you would look to expect to obtain. 197. We finally got our first piece of Eclipse gear. Again, I'll have to see if this has any form of use for us. I don't think it will, but it is something. 1.2 million added to the bank value. I think we're actually rapidly approaching 500 million in the bank, which is it's certainly something. But I do appreciate just getting a unique. It's always a enjoyable experience. Get ready for the cheeky back-to-back. Not this time. Oh, there is 200 KC. We got some more water orbs to finish us off. Let's go to the bank and see what we've got left in there, or what we've garnered from the grind. My bank is a little bit of a mess, I do admit, but we do have 1,269 water orbs. Nice. And our herb stacks, just so you can see them all, we don't really pick up Marantils and Guams, but we're getting up there again. During the course of the grind, right now, the 37 kills we had to do, 36 kills, we managed to bank 120,000 prayer XP. Now, if you consider that I could do 10 kills per hour, and that was, what, 36 kills? I'm going to do the math and show it. But the amount of prayer XP you can get is actually quite substantial. So if you are going, again, to complete the log here, it is a fantastic way of just banking a load of Blessed Bone Shards, which is, as a hardcore Ironman, it's the way I'm going to be getting to 99 over time. I need to get through these dark terms at some point looking at them. But for now, we're going to go back to Chambers of Xeric. And we're probably going to keep going until we get to 150 KC, which is another 15 kills. So let's get going. Another great safe spot is when you are able to get them stuck on the tile here, because again, they're trying to line up their western tile. They get stuck on the side. It works for both the big and the small muted tile. I stay on the safe tile until they go and eat at the tree, and then I just skirt past them and wait for them to come over to me so they get stuck. Rinse, repeat. Well, get ready for the montage of most likely white chests. Actually get ourselves 96 ranged. We had to take a trip over to Aubrey's as our trident has kind of run out of runes, and we're going to go dry for that prayer scroll that we're looking for. I've also decided that even if we do get this scroll at this point, we're going to be pushing ourselves to 200 KC, as it'll be a nice round number to finish up on. Luckily we have the cash stack to be able to sustain it for now, but in the future I might need to find a new way to get some death runes. A new PB 3145. It's so slow, man. There's 150 KC for the Grandmaster Combat Achievement. Decent loot. Now all we have to... Honestly, I think it's time we do a large raid and get the 40,000 points. Might as well. Since the goal of this combat achievement is to get over 40,000 points, the best idea I have for making sure I reach that mark is scouting a double Ice Demon raid. Luckily we have one right here. This means that we'll be able to farm all of those delicious points from kindling, as you can put 6.5 stacks in each time. It does make the room take mighty long, but honestly, I always do this whenever I get an Ice Demon room for that juicy purple chance. We've got so many points. I normally end a raid with barely more than this. 29,000 points. All we have to do is not have an absolute mare at Olm. We don't have a staminas. We almost had a mare at Olm. Just over 47,000 points, 5.5% chance. No purple. We did get the 5 points from the combat achievement, Mahogany Planks and Runite Ore. That puts us actually only 5 points away from getting the hard combat tier. Should probably find a task to go and finish that one off. I think at this point we have done so many raids in a row without having to need this second stamina, so I am going to bank it for now. We'll probably just put that there and then get another shark out. There's 89 attack while we're killing Tecton right now. I'm going to try and see if I can do a Vanguard's raid. It's not. Vanguards as a solo is rather annoyingly slow, but I'm also not used to doing them on this account. Maybe we can not have to use or not have to do mutadars every single run, because we did do them in our large raid for the combat achievement. So why the heck not? As we can see as well, we're almost out of super restores. Do we have? We can obviously combine some. We may have to go do some grinding. We haven't been doing much farm runs because we have just been locking ourselves into chambers for a long while. So supplies are just going to be slowly falling away from us. Problem with the Vanguards, of course, is that you have to level them out at a similar rate. We do have a plugin that tells us how much damage we can do on each, which is obviously fantastic. Easy Scaper has logged online, but it has been as expected. It's a completely fine room. It's just gonna take a while. And the other great part of the room is you do get a overload, but you also get quite a few supplies to be able to finance the rest of the raid. So even though it did take us quite a few sharks, we've got plenty of stuff to keep us going. Once I sort my inventory out. Well, we are currently at 168 KC after the last one. We can see that here. 168. We only have 2 deck scrolls. We are currently at 4.6 million personal points with only 2 purples, but we are out of super restores pretty much. So I'm going to go and get some red spider eggs via picking up off the ground and then making some spidines. Hopefully that will then, with the amount of supplies that we have currently, take us up to 200 KC in chambers, which is my goal currently. I'm hoping that once we get the next purple, the one after that's going to come rather quickly. So let's get to it. Now that I have taken a chance to go do some Herblore training, I think we might as well go to 86, maybe even 87. We'll see what the kind of supplies that we have, but we might as well go to those levels because at 90 Herblore we'll be able to make ourselves some super combat potions, and whenever we have a Tecton in the raid and stuff like that early on, that will save us an inventory space, and they're just going to be very helpful for us everywhere. I've gone with degrowing my herbs because it gives us half the amount of XP, and I don't really want to spend all of my money on cleaning the herbs. I will spend money to vial them up, but I can't justify both at the moment when degrime is available. So yeah, I'm probably going to go for the 87 Herblore. Okay, with this last inventory, that is roughly like 55 minutes of degrime. We've got through all of our herbs. We're not going to do the Taramins, but we are going to bottle up all the other potions into unfinished potions, and let's see how much that is going to set us back. Okay, we have 4.9 million GP. Could you make me some unfinished potions, please, Zaha? 3 milli, so it cost us 1.9 million GP. Again, that is a lot of time saved, so it's okay. 84 Herblore. We can now make upgraded anti-fire potions. 85 Herblore. We can now make ancient brews and Zamarok mixes. The first Herblore secondary we're going to get out of the way is the Dragon Scale Dust. We have currently 943 and we have 1,919 Lanterdimes. So I'm going to farm 20 scaly blue dragon hides. We've been over this song and dance before, so I'm just going to slave away and we're going to go to the Tavily dungeon for this. It would be nice if I did sort out doing Dragon Slayer 2. I assure you that is on the horizon, but for now we're going to the Tavily dungeon to get our dust scales. In order to go on rate for the 1,000 scales that we require, we're going to need to kill roughly 1,000 blue dragons, which might take a while, but it's definitely going to be worth it due to the dragon bows that we're going to be getting, as we would like to slowly push ourselves towards that 85 prayer mark as we've been over before. So it doesn't bother me to have a chill day when I'm not raiding all the time, and I get to sit back and chill for a little bit. I should probably boil an escape crystal though, just in case a disaster happens. We'll sort that out next time. Well, the first inventory is down. We managed to get 2 scaly blue dragon hides. I have noted that we started this grind on 1,993 KC blue dragons. So I am interested in how our RNG is going to be at the end, so I will keep a tally. And once again, I'm going to get my escape crystal out, just in case we have a boo-boo. I'm also going to get a herb sack because they do drop herbs. Bit of lag. As you can see from the DC clip we had before, where we escape crystalled out, we did eventually switch over to doing melee, kind of gone for a hybrid prayer setup, and I realized I should be using anti-fire potions, but as long as we pray with that, we are completely immune to the blue dragons, and we just... My max hit with the RCB was 27. I think with the whip now it is a 37, and it's attacking 1 tick faster, so we are going to end up killing these things at least 25% faster. Maybe even like... I've not done the math. I could do the math. Let me do the math. After doing the math, we wasn't using ranging potions before. The DPS on ranging the blue dragons was 3.7 with a max hit of 27. The DPS we have right now with the whip is 5.0. If we did end up using a ranging potion to, you know, make it more apples to apples, it'd be 4.2, meaning it would take 27 seconds on average to kill each blue dragon, but with the whip, it is 23 seconds. So overall, because we're going to be killing up to 1,000 of these, it's going to save us a lot of time. There's our last scaly dragon hide. As you can see, we've got a few hard clues ready, but there is our 20 scaly blue dragon hides. It's crazy that I've done like a day of work for 10k's worth of scaly blue dragon hide. That's crazy. But it's fine. We need them for the long haul. The next one I'm going to knock out is probably the Mortmire fungus. I'm going to consider doing the house method. If it doesn't seem reasonable, I'll probably just be doing the Theatre of Blood one instead. But first of all, I've got a date with a hard clues. Not bad. We did manage to get ourselves 5 caskets. We're obviously going to be saving those for another clue opening down the line. We'll probably get through the Scotizo totems as well. In order to do our method, we're going to go to BKR. So we end up here, and there's only a short run over to this free log spot. Then once we have done that, we're going to go to the closest bank teleport. I could bring a Ring of Dueling, but I prefer just bringing the Draco's Medallion so we don't have to worry about charges. We go to the bank, we deposit, go back to our house, and if we need to get prayer, we'll just drink from the rejuvenation pool, and we go straight back. And that should be faster than doing the Theatre of Blood method after a Taste of Hope. So I'm going to do this for probably the next hour of my life, because we need to collect about 1,800 fungi. Times like these that I wish I had a construction cape and a crafting cape, because it would have been far quicker with those. Also, we won't have to spend runes on it. I need to stop hitting the snails as well. I do, if I hold shift, I can't click them. I just keep forgetting to hold shift when I see them. I can also just change their left click to make it so I can't actually hit them anymore, which I'm going to do. I'm going to complain about the problem, and I'm actually going to deal with it this time without, you know, complaining too much. What do we have? It's our last inventory of Mortmire fungus. Just going to stop at 1,500 for now. We're going to use the ones that we've already made. But I am going to go do some Chambers of Xeric. Probably like 5. See how they go. We only have 1,000 charged of Trident. And we need to do another 26 runs before we hit the 200 KC mark. So I'm going to buy up to 10,000 Chaos Runes and plenty of Fire Runes after that. And then we'll see about buying some Death Runes to top us up as and when we need them. Okay, now that we have the 25,000, we'll just buy enough Death Runes to fill up our Trident, so we're going to need another 1,450. I'm hoping that this can get us through the majority of the raids. I think we use like 150 to 200 charges each one, so we won't have to buy too many Death Runes. Well, guys, I can safely say I made a boob on the first raid. I brought the wrong runes, so we cannot use thralls, so it's going to be an experience. A new experience to me, killing Ulm without any thralls. Probably not going to go too poorly, because we usually have way more than enough supplies, but you never know. Okay, during that session we did get ourselves a elite clue scroll. Hopefully we can complete it. You'll see my disappointment clip if we end up with a step I can't do. Unfortunately, we don't have a circle to be able to do this step, so say goodbye, maybe in the future, but not right now. Now I'm just going to make all the potions that we can do and pray that we get to... Oh, we have to sort out our stuff first. I'm going to knife all these up and then I'm going to take them over to Nada and get them crushed, because I ain't doing that myself. Mainly so our cash tag is only 400k. We have put some more money in the kingdom. Just going to get Wesley to crush our stuff. I should use them on them. 80k, worth it. There's our first level, 86 Herblore. Now make stamina mixes, divine bastions, and divine battle mage potions. Probably going to make none of those for a long time, but obviously we're going to be going for 87. If we wanted to now, we could boost for super combat potions, because they do require 90. And then we have 87 Herblore. We can now make anti-venom potions without a boost. So let's go get ourselves some, what's they called, Golivanova fruit tops, and make some boost for ourselves so we can finally turn some of these toadstools into super combats. Okay, so I put on this incredible drip so that we can use and maintain preserve for as long as possible. 54 minutes, holy smokes. And what we're going to do is we're going to eat a bit of botanical pie, and then we're going to make as many toadstool potions as we can into super combats. So let's get started with it. Obviously, unlike any other potion, they do have multiple ingredients you need, so we need to whip out all of those, and then we can make them, as long as we don't make a mistake. Well, that's all we had from one Pie boost. We have 121 super combats. We could have got a little bit more, but I had to go do something for like 20 seconds briefly. But I'm happy with that. And if we need to boost for some more later on, we can obviously go do that again. There's nothing to stop us. So let's go back to Chambers of Xeric and finish off the last 20 KC that we need to do. Now that we've replenished our Herblore supplies, we are going to be able to do that right until the end. We already know we're going to get lucky on the first run back. A little bit unexpected, but there's a 90 attack and 116 combat. Ooh! It's a new purple. Has to be. Said collection log slot completed. We've got no inkling of what it is. If it's an arcane, we're happy. If it's anything else, we're also going to be happy. Okay, that's good. No, I'm just happy to have gotten another purple, and hopefully by the time we have 200 KC, another 18, we'll be able to get another one. Now we can finally demote these two and promote Augury. And we have our maxed out prayers, which is nice. Augury is quite a sizable upgrade over the Mystic Might, boasting an additional 2% magic damage increase, 10% more magic attack and magic defense bonus. The main thing for me though is the addition of the 25% increased defense. This will allow us to be far tankier against the Hunnuff and hopefully make us take a whole lot less chip damage. No back to back. It is an elite clue though. Probably gonna drop that. I'm gonna do it right now. Just leave it right here so we remind ourselves every time we come out. Oh, that is stinky. It's a new dawn. I just checked my elite clue. I just realised it is a wilderness step, so I've been juggling it for no reason. So say goodbye. Off we go again. 13 more to go. Then we have 85 farming. We're now getting to the highest tier of the farming guild and also grow toadstools and Celestial seeds. Might be worth me getting into contracts again now that we have attained that. So I'll be considering doing that once we are on a different grind. Let's get another new PB at 191, 29, 20 seconds. This is actually a good drop. We always take Sovereigns and a little bit of Craft XP. Elite clue for that's a chest, actually. Just give me this one every time it's not a purple. I'd love it. A far more respectable PB. Shaved almost 2 minutes. No. Keep being lied to about my purples. I've just realised that like halfway through this raid, I've just checked my trident. It's got 42 charges. I can safely say we can't kill Olm with 42 charges. This isn't a good place to switch worlds. Okay, I guess I'll leave my chat and I'll recharge my trident and we'll try the last one once again. Okay, we're pretty much out of runes. I just had a little bit of a think about it. We might as well go out on a bang. So, oh, I've got to join my chat again. We are going to do a large raid and hopefully get a double ice demon set up. And we'll try and get like a 5% to finish off or cap off the grind. Okay, it took a while, but this is the layout we've got. Double ice demon, ideal. It would be nice before I ever try to do that again to have a fang so that we can do rooms like Vasa. If we have both, we can do Vespula very well. But that took me probably best part of 5 minutes. I don't really know. You can probably see on the timer when I started. But I will slave away through this raid and I will see you at hopefully the purple chest. To this point, I've got into Ulm and I have forgotten my stamina. So this might have been a colossal waste of time. We'll see if we can manage. I have little hope, but due to the run changes, and we only use normally 3 doses, we might be able to battle through it. If we didn't make any mistakes, that'd be even better. My plan here is just do a rather slow 4-1, and hopefully we can maintain as much run as possible to keep it going up for a while. It's going to be a bit of a problem if we do end up with a flame phase, or even a poison one, but this initial crystal is going to be okay. Another thing I'm doing is I'm walking from the thumb to the right side. I have belief that we're going to make it. The whip is going nuclear. I repeat, the whip is going nuclear. So we're going to go into the last phase like this. Should probably not be taking silly damage like that, but bro. I'm trying not to run. Ape, help. One dose would have made this a joke, but we've got nothing. Okay, we've made it to the last phase. Honestly, if you asked me how far I would have made it, I would not have said here. So we're giving ourselves a good chance. I do wish he'd stop burning me. That's for damn sure. That's my prayer right there, buddy. I don't have much of that left. Damn, you gotta heal off. No. It's not even gonna be as good as a normal run. But we tried. We tried. Just a bit of a bozo. We've got enough stuff to just go in there and pray, I think. We don't need to get ourselves an overload. Shedding a tear, though. But maybe this is the essence of scuff does truly equal stuff. Let's put the theory to the test. Okay. Unfortunately, our last run was scuffed, and we did not get stuff. 200 KC, 5.68 million personal points on the board. That is a total of 106 solos on the account. I'm going to throw up the amount of GP we've got from regular drops on the screen. Overall, it's not too bad. We obviously love getting herbs, and then runes, crafting XP. We got exactly what we wanted when we started this grind. We got our second scroll, so we can use augury. Unfortunately, we did not get anything else. That is a shame, but that's the way the RNG lies sometimes. We got lucky with our helmet, so what can you do? Well, guys, that's all we have time for in this episode. What I want to be working on next is pushing ourselves to go towards the Inferno. So we're going to want to complete the Gauntlet, get ourselves a Bofa. We're going to want to complete Desert Treasure 2 and take on Vardorvis, which we'll probably be getting a blowpipe from Zora to go and do. So in the next episode, we're going to go and achieve our Bofa. Massive shout out to Walter for being our ladle, and a big thank you to the Big and Little Spoons for supporting the channel. If you wish to be a part of this list, please join the channel down below for the appropriate tier, or subscribe on Twitch to become a Big Spoon. I love you all, and hope to see you in the next one.